Hi, welcome to the next edition of Sweet Competitive List. I got 5 O's. I got 2 decks to talk about real quick. One of which is a deck I think is going to get new pieces next season in Foundations. And then, of course, the other one might actually, it also got a piece next season. That could make the deck a little bit better. Both these decks hopefully can translate until next season with Foundations just starting to drop. So let's get into the 2 deck lists and discuss. So first is Boros Burn, right? So the new set, of course, we have Boros Charm on Arena now. That's great. We have the new pseudo Face Bolt Lava Spike, which is something I said that they could have printed it for quite some time. Now we have it, so we can definitely amp this deck a little bit up more. And the creature package, I think, is spot on. I'm not sure if the Kamanu makes the cut though. Post this, this might actually just be Lava Spike, and I think my list I trimmed down on Monstrous Rage to 2, because we have more burn now, so we don't necessarily need it, and then the Lightning Helixes are necessary. So, actually, this is a pretty good starting point. Like I said, there will be slight modifications next season when I feature it. I think it's like the first few weeks it will be featured on my channel, so come back and check that out. Sideboard, though, we have a couple Red Cap Melees, pretty good against Mayhem Devil, plus also pretty good against Rakdos Prowess. We have a couple volleys for spirits, mono white humans, angels, Selesnya Coco, Ledger Shredder, which I think has actually been on the dip and seeing play rate. Deflecting Palm, this is kind of essential for against Atroxa, against Valgavoth, cards that have lifelink that you kind of need to prevent the life gain plus deal a mass amount of damage in return. Deflecting Palm is really good. Now, Destroy Evil is up for grabs. Either you could play this, or of course you could play Get Lost. Either way, as long as you have a clean, nice answer for Sheoldred, you should be pretty fine. A couple Mage Bane Lizards, really good against Phoenix, Lotus Field, stuff like that. A couple Searing Bloods for aggro, and pretty good against Elf. Just still kill the Elf, deal 3 to their face. Swing in with a Swifty or a Soulscar Mage, pretty good. Skullcrack, a way to prevent life gain out of the board. Pretty reasonable for a burn spell there. And then we have a Firecraft as a way to deal damage uncounterably. That could be quite nice against control. I'm not sure what you're cutting against control, especially since you are actually cutting your cases out of the board, which typically you bring in against control. So that way you get to draw more cards, more burn spells to keep burning the face. So, and it's a little interesting that they cut the case of Crimson Pulse for this. But we still have light up the stage for a little bit of card draw action out of the main. So it's pretty reasonable. Let's get into the next list though. So next on my list is Soul Flare. This deck out of the new set gets the new Eldrazi, right? Because it has like 7 keywords. The ward doesn't really matter though with Soul Flare because it doesn't actually care about that mechanic since it came way later. But still, you could easily put that in this deck. I'm not sure what you would actually trim. You might actually just trim Chromanicore, because you can't really ever cast this thing. And I think for keywords, you get all the same keywords. Flying, First Strike, Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink. I guess you don't get Flying, but you get the rest. But you gain Menace and a few other keywords, right? We have Overlord of the Balmut, which is Balmurk, which is the new card for this deck. Basically mill over your stuff while giving an alternative way to win the game, even through Graveyard Hate. Stitcher Supplier, a very early card to mill our deck. Fear of Missing Out is a way to hopefully get Delirium and have extra combats while also discarding something like Zeltalpa, draw a card that's relevant like Soul Flare. And then we have 4 Urborg Scavengers and 4 Soul Flares. I wonder if we will be getting Soul Flare in the next set for Pioneer Masters. Because if we are, I might be interested in trying to play this on Arena instead. Overall. So Telpa, Baloth, Fable is just a really good Magic card. Besides Chromanicore, I think everything else in this deck is on Arena. So that's a pretty nice additive. And like I said, you could literally cut this for the new Eldrazi and be perfectly fine for that purpose. I don't know if they give us Soul Flare, right? Sideboard, we have a couple Thought Seizes for control and combo. 2 collective brutalities for pseudo removal, while also letting us pitch our Zotalpas, or also a little bit of discard for burn against aggro, and against control and combo, discarding their stun creature spell. Damping Sphere for Lotus Field, semi against green, and Phoenix, but not necessarily that great. 2 Feed the Swarms for enchantment hate, plus a little bit of creature hate, I guess. 2 Hearses as a way to fight graveyard strategies like Fang and Phoenix. 2 Omnixiluses for control and combo. It's a little bit in mid-range potentially to grind a little bit. Make sure our opponent keeps discarding cards every single turn. I guess Feed the Swarm is probably in here for Annex. Since Annex is becoming more and more of a dominant thing, especially on Arena, so it's kind of nice to have a way to answer that. 3 Necromantis for control, combo, whatever. Just get rid of their problematic main win con, and just hopefully you can win from that position. And plus, I guess Feed the Swarm also hits graveyard hate like Rest in Peace, so that's kind of nice. We have no way of hating on artifacts though. So if there is an artifact that also is graveyard hate, which I don't think there's that many of them, I guess Hearse. You can't really hit a Hearse, but that's okay. So, but that is the deck. 2 decks I have to talk to you guys about today. Which one of these 2 decks is your favorite? Do you think either one of these decks could be competitive post Foundations when we get cards for both decks? I think. Like I said, I really don't think Chromatic Core is very good. So it probably would be better to switch it to the new Eldrazi. You could even maybe change the mana base and make it this deck Golgari or Jund. So you could fit Castle Garenbriggs in here to actually hardcast the Eldrazi. I don't know how good that would be. But yeah, so let me know all what you want me to know in the comment section. Sorry there hasn't been that many videos of this particular series in a while. It's just because the same decks keep getting 5-0s. So you keep seeing the Annex Demon deck, the Ninja deck, you know, the 2 variants of the Zur Overlords and the Incarnation Overlords. You see either one. So like the same decks keep just winning. So we haven't had any spicy decks in a while. So hopefully you pick back up this series a lot more in the next few weeks when Foundation hits Pioneer, and hopefully we start seeing a little bit more Burn and other decks like that. Hopefully with the set next month, hopefully they drop Spark Trooper as an uncommon in that set, because I really want to be able to make 8 Ball Lightning, and I need to have Spark Trooper. Otherwise, just 4 Ball Lightnings plus 4 Thundercan Awakeners is not enough to make that an actual legit strategy. But hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. Shout out to all my supporters, and if you want to see any other content from me, check out either one of these 2 videos and playlist. And I'll talk to you soon.